What's good, everybody? It's your boy Vibe96. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and that will help the YouTube algorithm for me. So today's video is a tutorial video about custom tactics. It doesn't matter what formation you pick, as long as you have your settings right, you should be good to go. So I'm gonna go over each settings or tactics and talk about it, go over it and discuss it and what does it do, so you can set your preference however you like for your formation and go about it and see if you like it. So without further ado, let's go. Come on, let's go. So on this defensive style, right, usually you have your settings on balance or everything is on 50. Right now I'm using Tottenham formation and setting, but we're gonna reset everything. We're gonna make sure everything is back to how you would normally have it, right? Before you even change anything on the game or ultimate team, everything will be balanced. Everything will be balanced, right? So let's talk about defensive style real quick. So defensive style for balance, it's in the name. So it basically means everything is balanced. Your team will not press too hard. It will basically, everything will happen naturally. Your team on defense will not press too hard. They will follow, the opponents the way they're supposed to, and then be not too committed with heavy pressure, right? So yeah, that's what it basically means. When you have your setting on balance like this, your team will not be going too crazy on defense, right? So when you move it to pressure on heavy touch, like it says right here, your team preserve their shape until the opportunity to pressure appears. Pressure when the opposition takes a heavy touch. It's a loose ball or controlling a difficult pass facing their own goal. So when you're playing your opponent and your opponent make a mistake basically, and then your team will notice that mistake and they will just go ahead and press the other team and try to see if they can steal the ball. However, if you don't win the ball back, there's likely a chance where you will find yourself in a counter attack. Your team, if the player that you're playing is smart enough, notice that your team is pressing and they have enough knowledge about the game, they will switch the game over and counter attack you and basically blindside you, and you don't want that. It's not too bad. It's in a way your team is not gonna be fully committed to the press, right? Pressure on heavy touch, it's not gonna be fully committed. But however, if you don't know how to defend, if you're not a good defender, I would suggest you stick with balance, so you won't have to deal with counter attack. The next one is press after possession loss, right? After your team lost possession of the ball, your teammate will press the ball for approximately 7 seconds, and this will affect your player fatigue. It will make your player tired, and your players could be out of position if you don't win it back during this time. It basically described it. So in other words, within 7 seconds your whole team will press, right? Especially if you're pressing high, it don't matter if it's high or lower than the depth. If your team is pressing, if your depth is already high and your team is committed to put pressure on the other opponent after they lost the ball, they will counter attack you. They will try to break that defense, and your player is going to be out of position. You're going to find 3 players and 1 player, and the middle, especially the midfield, will be scrambling around, and your player's gonna be tired trying to get back and all that stuff. So you don't want that. And lastly, it's constant pressure, and it's in the name. Constant pressure means your players don't get a break. They will constantly try to win the ball. They will constantly trying to chase after the other players or other opponent, and your players will get tired. I don't know anybody on their right mind will run that throughout the whole game. Like, the players will be exhausted and they will scream, "Coach, take me out." So you don't want that. You don't want that at all. You want to make sure your team is well balanced, and you have to know when is the right time to be committed to constant pressure. If you're losing and the time is running out and you have enough energy on the field and you're looking to make some changes, rotation changes, then by all means go ahead and go ahead with constant pressure. But if not, don't touch this at all. So with the drawback is basically your team will be playing conservative. Your whole defense is gonna be laid back. They're not gonna put pressure at all. They're gonna basically wait for the opponent to come to them and then try to see if they can defend better, if that makes sense, right? For the team width, right? So it's in the name. How wide do you want your teams to be? How wide do you want them to be on the field? So if you set up your defense to be like 79, for example, then you're gonna leave the whole midfield open. And if your opponent is smart enough, they will basically try to use the midfield as their advantage to create some opportunity to score. And for me, I always make sure when I'm playing FIFA with any type of formation, I either leave it at 50 or I will go as low as 40, which is pretty balanced for me. That will basically help my team stay like concentrated in the middle, not allowing the opponents to do whatever they want to do in the midfield. However, the wing side, right? The wing side will be kind of open for them to either cross or try to dribble down on the goal line side to like corner side to create a chance for them to score. So you want to make sure that it is always balanced, right? You want it to be balanced, and you don't want too many chances to happen in the middle. So I will always leave mine either 40 or 50. So the depth, right? So depth allow your team on the field to either move all the way up, right? Move all the way up or all the way down. I like, if you are a very good player, you can have it set on the 70 side, right? And what that does is basically your team will move up high enough to where it's not gonna allow the other team to have the ball too much. And one thing you don't want is letting time goes by and then allowing your opponents to be in control of the game. Having too much possession don't necessarily mean that you're gonna win the game, because you can have high possession and then still lose the game, because that's how the game is. And it is, we've seen that in real life too, and we've seen that very much so on the game. So you don't want that to happen to you. So have it on 70 is the maximum that I would go, not passing beyond that. So 70 is a good one, or have it at least 60 if you're not comfortable enough, or if you're not good enough. If you're not good enough and you're still learning about defending, then leave it at 50. So now for offense, this is where a lot's gonna happen, right? So for the offense, right, and you have the build-up plays. Again, if you're new at this game and you are still learning, I suggest you stay with it on balance, right? Balance is always good. So for the build-up plays, the way I go with is I would usually either leave it on balance or fast build-up play. So This tactic basically pushes players forward for a faster build-up. But if you lose possession of the ball, you could find yourself in, open counter attack. And chance of creation, possession. The possession will have your team overall, right, have basically play more passive. Forward run is like, okay, you got fast players and you're trying to score. You send everybody that's fast. Well, you're mainly your left wing, right wing, striker, and your cam, your center attacking mid. If they are fast, you can send them forward and then just send the ball forward to them and they can score. Or even your left back or right back, you can overlap them on the wing sides and then try to push it as much possible. Make a run, basically forward runs. Yeah, that's what it means. Direct passing is basically once the team enters the attacking zone with possession, players will create chances by making runs for passes into space behind the opposing backline. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking positioning attribute are the best at this tactic. So it says direct passing is basically you trying to create a chance, and then you have fast players, fast strikers especially, and then you just make a good attacking play. So you just go ahead and push it and get it to them as fast as possible for you to create something. What I usually leave it on is direct passing because I have fast strikers on my ultimate teams, and I want my players to go, my fast players to go all out in front and just press the other team and trying to score as much as possible. So my width, I always make sure it's on 60. I put mine on 60 because I want them to have enough space between them and the opponent, and also I don't want them to be close to their teammate because it's not good. You want as much space possible for you to spread the ball around. So having that on 60 allows me to do that. So players in the box, right? For players in the box, I do not like having too many players in the box because you will typically find yourself in counter-attack situation from your opponent, and they will use that advantage to score goals. If you were up 2-1 and then the game is basically closing down to where the ref should be calling time, and let's say you in a corner situation and you have all your players in the box, right? All your players in the box. If the opponent is already okay, we need to score to either tie the game or try to win the game. Let's say the game is actually tied and they're trying to win the game, and let's make one push, and they got Mbappe or Haaland or some type of player that is fast enough to be able to score a goal. They will basically be able to do that because you have all your players in the box, and then once you miss that opportunity to score from the corner, they push it down to their player, that the fast players, they just go down straight down the line. You're most likely gonna get scored on and lose the game. So having it on 3 or 2 is the way to go. Same thing with the corners. Again, I don't like having mine in the box. Being more smart, being more less aggressive is good. At least for me, it works for me. I'm in Division 4 right now, trying to get to Division 3. So yeah, free kicks, same thing. I don't like my players to be too far up. 2 is fine. 1 is good too, but 2 is the way I like it. Again, just to prevent my players from getting counter-attacked. Next, right? So I hope you guys understand what we just went over. And if you want, you can copy what I just did and apply it yourself. But for my defense, I like having it on press after possession loss. I like having mine on 40, depth 70, Offensive build-up play is balance, chance of creation, direct passing. With 60, play in the box is 2. 3 is fine too. Corners, I like to have 2. Free kicks, I like to have it on 2, right? Just so I can protect my team from getting bullied by that counter attack. So instruction, here we go. This is where the fun goes, right? Happens. So for my striker, stay central. Players will stick to the central area of the pitch. So Kane will stay in the central area no matter what. No matter what happened, he will stay there. And then for this, you wanted to attacking runs. Occasionally make forward runs when the opportunity arises. So you want it to be get in behind. It will, like, he will wait for the opportunity when you, like, your midfielder got the ball and you're trying to make a push, and then now it's just you versus the center back, and the striker is trying to beat the center back behind him, like trying to make a run behind him. So for the support, I always have it on central. You want your striker to focus on the center of the field, you know, and stay forward. My striker needs to only stay forward. Staying forward also put pressure on the defense, meaning like they're not gonna want to move up too much. They want to make sure they are looking out for the striker, because if they move up and they're not paying attention to the striker, then the striker most likely will have a chance to like score or whatever. And by the way, this is not update. Kane is actually in Bayern Munich. I don't know why they still have him on the Spurs. But yeah, so for Son himself, I like to have him balanced. I don't touch this too much, right? I either play with the cut inside. So cutting inside, make cutting runs to the inside from the outside. However, I like to have it balanced. I like Son making his own decision, right? But however, having him doing the necessary things, you're still gonna need him to either get in behind. My favorite thing to do is getting behind, of course, number one. And then the second thing I like to do is having him come short. And what that does, what that does for me is basically it's asking for the ball at his feet. So it will come, like if my left back, for example, Udogie, have the ball and I'm trying to move up, and then Son will come to me and be like, hey, give me the ball. I need to make something happen. So that happens. And then I don't really touch this. I really don't touch this. But if I am touching this, I will definitely choose get into the box for cross. Basically, he will make a run into the penalty area just to, like, you know, for crossing situation. Like if my right wing is making a cross, I want Son to be in the box to make something happen, either a header or a volley. So yeah, so just leave it right here and then have him come short or get in behind, whichever style you play or preference. It's either one is fine. So having him right there. And my right wing, same thing. I don't touch it too much, and you can have Son cutting inside, and then your right wing stay wide, and then get in behind. You just flip it or switch it up. So the midfield, you know. So for your center mid, I like having him stay back while attacking. So I will use him as stay back while attacking, cover mid, cover center. Cover center, basically his job and his duty is basically to only stay and focus in the middle. Like, do not let the opponent go past you. Basically, your job is in the middle. So cover the center, basically allow you to focus on the center side, right? And having him, stay back while attacking, let them create the chance and the opportunity to make a attacking play, and then your job is to counter whatever the opponent is. Okay, we lose the ball, cool. Now they coming at us. My job is to secure the center side. So stay back while attacking and cover center. Same thing with Bissouma, center defensive mid. Bissouma is and it's gonna also depends on the type of a center defensive mid or center that you have. Like Bissouma, he can defend. Like, he got a great ability to defend, and you want that type of player in the center defensive mid. But also he can dribble and create opportunity, right? So with him, he's fine with the stay back while attacking, cover center, and I like him tight marking. Like, whoever that's coming, I like him having to mark one of the best player. I want them to focus on whoever that's coming towards him. So cut passing lane is for players that have high interceptions, basically. So if they have high interception, then by all means go for cut passing lane. Like somebody like I don't know Bissouma's interception is that, but he's able to intercept the ball, cut the passing lane from whoever that is trying to pass it down, or creative player that's trying to pass it down to the striker or the wingers and all whatever. But having him tight mark, I like that too. So Madison, he's a artist. He's a maestro. So for him, I like having him. It's already get forward. So get forward. For him, he can either cover center. It's fine. But since you're gonna have already Bissouma and Horsberg, whatever his name is, since he's already gonna be covering center with Bissouma, so he can actually stay, like, cover the wing side, and having him free roaming. He can either stick to position, free roaming. He's like the free center mid on the field, so he's able to do whatever he would want in the midfield area, creating chances, provide passes, all that type of good stuff. So he can move forward himself too. So get forward, free roam, and cover wing. It's fine. It's fine for that formation. So this is what it means. So defensive interceptions, you normal, because if you go too aggressive, your player's gonna end up being tired, and because that's the only thing it's gonna be looking for, interception, your player's gonna be tired. So you want to leave it at normal and stick with that, right? So your center back, you don't touch at all. The only thing you might want to touch is basically the step up. The step up allow your players to put pressure on whoever that's gonna be receiving the ball on their feet. Like, for example, if Kane would have been, like, let's say, target player, right, at their feet, like asking for the ball at their feet. So whenever he's ready to receive the ball and your center back is behind them, once that pass happens to Kane, the center back will step up, trying to close down on Harry Kane, preventing him to receive the ball from his feet. So it's good for that. And you're not always gonna know what type of setting your opponent put on their players, but however, the step up is always good for any occasion, whether it's getting behind or target player or false nine. Just make sure that you have your center back step up, right? You want them to step up. And same thing, stay back for while attacking, step up, will mark your opposing attackers tighter when they are free to receive a pass. Like I said, left back, right? So left back, I like to have them stay back while attacking and overlap. Stay back while attacking, overlap on either side, both of them. Right. So the overlap, basic, make an overlapping run outside on the outside. Let's say my right back right here got the ball and Poro is next to me. He can overlap on the outside passing me, so I can make a pass to him to create an opportunity inside, or if he's free to take a shot, he can. So Sam goes with the doggy on the left side with Sun. It's like a combination, right? So having them, and then I like to have my keeper come for crosses and then sweeper taker. By all means necessary, I want my goalie to be aggressive. And in most cases, it's effective. And you want that. You definitely want that to happen for your goalkeeper, especially in counterattack situation. All right. So there we go. Yeah, that's sum it up. That's about it. That's about everything that you guys need to know about the custom tactic and instruction. I know you guys probably be like, "Oh, why don't you go to try this defensive?" Man, look, when I'm playing my FIFA, once I hit that D-pad on my controller, it affects the whole game for me. So I really just like to play it on balance. I just set up my instruction here before the game, before, like, when you're playing Ultimate Team, before you even start your game, you can set up your tactic and instruction, right? So I would do that before the game, right? Before I even start any game, I will set up my instruction and custom tactics, and when I'm playing the game, I hit pause, and I want my team to go all out. Then I go back and I will change it up. I don't even touch this. The only thing I do, or basically touch, constant pressure. Now I'm moving because I want to score. I'm moving up my players. I'll say 80. Moving up my players. Now fast build up. Now again, if you're not good enough and you don't know the consequences of what could happen, do not touch it. But if you're good enough and you can create something and make something happen, this is what you do. And then just leave it as this. Instruction. Let's say I'm down and I'm trying to score last minute goal, whatever. Instruction, right? And you don't want everybody to move up. You want key players to move up. Since Kane is already in his setting, so move up. Getting behind. Let's see. Stay wide. Get in the box. And be aggressive for interception. I have everybody on aggressive for interception now, because I don't want nobody to rest until I see somebody score. Once everybody score, hit time, and then reset everything. You don't even have to reset everything. You just draw back. Once you draw back, even with the instruction, everybody should be good. And you can press square to reset everything. Square. Once you press square, reset all players to default at the bottom. You don't gotta do too much. But draw back, and in instruction, reset everything. Reset all players to default, and you're good to go after you score. You Gucci. You Gucci. Again, I don't touch any of this. If you want to, you can, based on the information I just provided to you, you can set up each, game plan as you like, and then go about it. But as for me, every time I do that, it slows the game down. For me. And even when the other opponent does it, it still slow it down for me. I just like to go do it on the setting, and you find a lot of players do the same thing too, not just me. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this tutorial and what you want to see me talk about, and trying to help you guys get better at FIFA, especially the new one that's coming and learning about this game and all that good stuff. Let me know down in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment again once more, and subscribe. And I will post more videos about a lot of formation and what I think of it, and let you guys know. All right, it's your boy Bell Vibe 96. We out.